Alright, hello. Welcome back to Duels Dialogue. This is episode 3. We're getting a bit festive now. And yeah, thanks for watching episode 3. So I guess one of the things I wanted to start off with is I'm trying out some different things with this. I think for this episode I'm gonna go with Skywars. This is gonna be more of an unscripted thing, I guess. So, whereas, for example, the last episode was more heavily scripted in that, like, I would still play the game, react to it in whatever way I did, um, but it wouldn't be just like straight from me. I'd be basing it off of something, whereas right now I'm just like basing it off of a general concept as opposed to writing a script and then working off that. So I'm gonna try and see what works better. I feel like part of it, which I mentioned in the description to episode 2, is there is a certain of like energy that comes to these kind of videos, um, which is kind of why I like to record these later in the day, because I'm a lot. I don't know. I guess I'm a lot less. I don't really get as mad at the game if I lose or anything like that, and like I feel like I'm a bit more of a calmer person. But yeah. Thanks for tuning into the third episode of Duels Dialogue. And yeah, we're gonna be doing Skywars for this. I'm also using uh Time Deal's 2K pack because I was watching a Technoblade video and it just gave me the nostalgia, so I decided to use this texture pack for this one. So we'll go back to what I wanted to talk about today, and I guess it's a bit more Minecraft centric, whereas last video I talked about multiplayer in general, but I think there's a lot that can be said in of its like individual series in terms of content creation and stuff like that, and just like how the game's progressed over the years. Um, for example, like it's gone through, I feel like, a lot of different phases. I'm playing in a very like 1.8 situation right now, but yeah. So I guess one thing I wanted to talk about was the Hermitcraft-Empires um, collab. So if you've seen, that was low there. Uh, I'm dead here. Yeah, I'm dead. All right. So if you've seen the Empire's Hermitcraft collab, both are very, very large servers with like a lot of the Minecraft fan base following them. Now, I think since Minecraft is one of the biggest communities in gaming, there's a lot of different variations of content that people like to see, especially with like whatever trend may be going on or things like that. But I think one reason I really like Hermitcraft and Empires is that they kind of stick to this like it's not too specific really, it's pretty broad, but like just kind of Empires is a bit more lore heavy, which I like as well. But they're both just kind of having fun on a survival server, and like I really like the energy that they bring to the table, I think. So I'm a pretty avid fan, but I just thought it was like really interesting to me to see that they would do a collab like that because it is just like such a large collaboration between multiple Minecraft communities, and that was like a great thing for like engagement like it introduced me to a lot of things about empires which I didn't know, and I think it was a really good thing for both of them to do because like they're in like the same, I guess, a similar circle, but they hadn't never interacted in that way, I think. I guess in like the last life series that is kind of the closest thing to it, But yeah, I think it was really cool because it sparked a lot of community interaction between the two of them. For example, like, a bunch of animations and stuff were like that were created. And I think, okay, I think something I really like about that collaboration that like the animations that it sparked. A lot of the people in both fan bases are just really, really talented. So when it comes to like both of them together, it just results in this like epic culmination of like expressivity in terms of their animation and like art. And even if they create like music, for example, I think music is a really good contributor to what makes things more interactive, what makes things more exciting. And it has a lot of different uses, but seeing how it's used in things like games has always been really exciting to me. Sir, sir, thanks. Well, it's our first win of the video. Um, but yeah, I've always loved seeing how composition, especially in things like Hollow Knight or in things like, I mean, in any game really, it's able to set the scene in a way that a lot of other elements I feel like aren't. So I think that's something I'm really grateful for too, is that when like super talented composers and game designers come together, it's just like a total work of art, I think. Let's go into let's go into another solo. So yeah, also actually, so for example with Hollow Knight, Christopher Larkin, the composer for it, did like a lot of different things with like motifs. And oh, another thing that was interesting is like Splatoon music. So Splatoon music is very recognizable in that it's like Splatoon. Like you could hear a Splatoon track and be like, yeah, that's from Splatoon. But I thought it was really interesting how they actually connect. Like there's real or they're not real, but there's like made up brands in the game, and there's bands as well. And so there's actually like this guy's a lot of he's a farmer. Okay, that's why. There's a bunch of like lore behind the actual music in the game, which I found really interesting. So like seeing how they can work together and like connect the music with the scene. Okay, this is embarrassing. With the scene it creates, a story creates in itself is always satisfying to see. It's kind of like multi-animator projects, actually. Just seeing how people work together to... Oh my... Okay. Seeing how people work together to make something beautiful. Another example with like music being intertwined with games. Because I think it's important because games they let you control your character that is like doing things that you wish you could do in some aspects. And I think Outer Wilds is a good example of contributor to that because a lot of games will have very themed music that are like centered around a specific concept or time. For example, Animal Crossing has like the hourly musical themes, but I think Outer Wilds really does something special in how it intertwines like its story of like the main concept of the game with for example the end times music when the universe explodes when the sun supernovas and there's like specific music for each element of the game, like it adapts to that in a way kind of similar to a short hike as well because oh, they have things like there's like hiking music or not hiking music and like boating music and it's all like very specific, but it definitely adds like an important tone to the game itself. Oh, hello, sir. Oh, I should not have done that. Oh, this guy's still alive. No, okay. Oh, it's just me, this guy. I could use that. Oh, hello. Hello, sir. Nope. Goodbye. Nice. I did not expect to win that, but we got the win anyway, so that's pretty good. Oh, that's why. It's because it doesn't re-queue you if you win. That's right. Okay. So yeah, what I was saying is like a short hike has, for example, has music in that game is beautiful too, and they have like music for boating, music for climbing the mountain, and like music for getting to the top of it. So yeah, what I was saying before, just like seeing all of those really important elements come together. It reminds me, I guess, of like the fact that sometimes we don't pay enough attention to like how much effort goes into a lot of our productions that we watch. Like TV shows might have casts of like over 20 or 30 people, and it's just kind of crazy to think about how much work goes into each individual series, each individual episode, right? But yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of the game, so I'm probably gonna do an outro now. And I was thinking of doing potentially a stream in the future, so you might see one like in a couple days. I'm trying to think of when I'll do it, but I still do have a good amount of time to work on things. Given that like it's during breaks, so you might see some of that in the future. And then, like I said in the last episode, I'm planning to do a more, I guess, podcast-like episode where I'll be talking with a friend, and I'll mention them. You can go see their socials and stuff, and whatever that may be. But I'll be talking with a friend about uh, certain concepts that might be like my interest in D&D, or it might be about writing, it might be about music. But whatever you're gonna see, I hope you'll enjoy it, and I thank you very much for watching this episode of Duels Dialogue. I'm still not really used to doing that kind of thing with content, but yeah, I guess I used to be a lot more into and less doing my own thing, but yes, nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you later. So goodbye.